Well, welcome, guys. This is Mars Meditation. Thank you for joining me. We're going to be live streaming the Starlink mission of SpaceX. Let me go through a couple of the specs of this launch first. For those of you that don't really watch rocket launches that much or don't wake up early, I'm from Denver, Colorado, and it is extremely cold outside today. I'm freezing my little socks off right now. It's currently snowing, so I'm sure the weather in Florida is just fine for the launch. Usually, well, not usually, but some of the time, upper level winds can affect a launch, and that's exactly what happened when I went and saw the Falcon Heavy launch. Upper level winds were a huge factor, and it delayed it 6 days, which really drove up my hotel costs. But that's fine because I really like staying in Cocoa Beach. And, checking out the launch sites is obviously a really, really cool experience. Motto of this channel, just one more time, is Mars Meditation, preparing the human consciousness for a better multiplanetary lifestyle. Today, we are experiencing the first production batch of the Starlink satellite, the 60 Starlink satellites, which will be going up in low Earth orbit. And I'm not sure if these are going to be adding to the previous 60 that were launched on the test flight, which Elon Musk actually tweeted from. I'm sure those can still work, but I have pretty good estimations that these are production models. These are actually the first batch of an estimated 36,000 satellites that will bring broadband space internet to everywhere around the globe at any time. Today I'm drinking Pinon coffee with heavy whipping cream. It's very keto, it's very healthy, it's very good, even though it looks very sugary and gross. And I drink it through transparent glass for no reason. It's the only glass that I have in this house. So enjoy. So today we have liftoff at November 11th this morning. By the way, it's 7:40 Colorado time. It's about 9:40 Florida time, or Pacific time. So we're about 2 hours behind, but they are launching at 14:56 Universal time or 9:56 a.m. local or Pacific time, and 7:56 Colorado time, which is Mountain Daylight time. Just a couple days ago, they did complete the static fire of the Falcon 9 Block 5, the core number B1048. And once this one flies successfully, it'll be 1048.4, which means the fourth reflight of a booster. The payload, again, is the 60 Starlink satellites, and they are version 1. So I know that my thumbnail said Starlink 2. It technically is Starlink 2, but this is the production version of Starlink. So I should probably rename that before I post this video to Starlink 1. But in my mind, it's Starlink 2, I think. The payload mass is 60 times 260 kilograms, or 15,400 kilograms. So this is actually the heaviest payload that SpaceX is launching to date on a booster that will be reflown a fourth time. They are landing it. It has all of the gear to land. It's going to be reused, not refurbished. Again, with that argument of like, is this reused or refurbished? It's reused. It's just checked, cleaned up, and well, not really cleaned up. They can't really clean the soot off the side of the booster, but the booster's checked and it's cleaned up and it's ready to go again. So what's special about this rocket too is that it has 2 reused fairings. And these fairings are the same fairings that I saw personally at Cocoa Beach, Florida, or more like Jetty Park, and then, like just south of Cape Canaveral. I saw these 2 fairings on the Falcon Heavy Arabsat 6A launch. And they didn't catch one. They just picked one up from the ocean because it soft landed in the ocean successfully. Both of the fairing halves. So these fairings are salty. They got wet. They're probably not as brand new and perfect as manufactured fairings that SpaceX uses for their customers, but this is the first reuse of 2 fairings, and we have Go Miss Tree and Go Miss Chief out in the ocean right now with their nets, LeBron Jamesing it, and trying to catch these fairings. Well, no, we should do a baseball reference, and I know nobody who plays baseball, so that's a bad idea. Okay, no sports. These boats have nets. They're huge, and they successfully caught a fairing a couple weeks ago, so they are going to catch another one and maybe a second one today. So I'm really excited to witness that. They're going to be landing this booster on, of course, I Still Love You, or Oscillate, at 32.54722 north, 75.92306 west, or 628 kilometers downrange from the launch pad. And of course, I Still Love You is departed, anchored, and ready to catch this. So obviously they have this one locked down, and if everything works nominally, this booster is gonna, it's gonna see maybe a 5th launch, or it's gonna be the first booster to break this record. Obviously, I talked about fairing reuse, past flights of this core, 3 flights. I don't know exactly which flights it had before. And then this is, again, the Falcon 9 version 1.2, Block 5. So mission success criteria for this launch is successful separation and deployment of the Starlink satellites at low Earth orbit. So once these guys go live, we will take a look at the rocket, take a look at the fueling, some of the hydrogen dumping, or hydrogen they use to vent the fuel out, just so the rocket doesn't overpressurize. And we're going, hopefully, in the next couple 10-15 minutes. So, today I kind of wanted to show off a little bit, just for fun. I want to see how this works, actually. If you hear that, I want to show off my X-Specs a little bit. Because why wouldn't I be the first one to... Oh, they're experiencing some buffering? That's great. Why don't you, hey, YouTube, receive my video better. How about that? Do I have to go into settings and increase my bit rate? Are you kidding me? Or decrease it? Let's see if I decrease it. Let's do like, crap. All right, we should be better now. Hopefully we're back online. Oh, I realized this is hella loud. My bad. And you can hear me above it probably. I'll just fix my levels here. Tremonti special edition. Well, I don't know if it's a special edition, but it says SE, so special edition. A long time ago, I cracked the head on this guitar and had to use some wood glue to fix it. But it still shreds like a king. But I don't. Good, actually. So what I'm using here is an Axifex 2 preamp preprocessor, straight USB to my computer. This is what I use to record. So if you like clear tones like this, I don't know if you guys are guitarists too, but This is going to be kind of like a niche on my channel. I definitely want to like get used to live streaming launches. And it'd be really cool to play. It'd be really cool to play some licks and stuff, or just some chords and stuff while rockets are going. And I'm not just going to do distortion all the time. You know, it sounds really cool. Sometimes it's better to pull up my interface here, if I can find it. Where are you? There you are. Here it is. Let me show you guys how this thing works, because it's actually like my favorite thing in the world. Let me know if you can still hear me. You probably still can. Cool. This is like my Axfex interface right here, where you can load any IR you want, or amp model, or anything you really want, any guitar or bass amp. On the Xfex 3, you can actually do acoustic synthesizers, which is really cool. I don't have that right now, but this is where I go to, play around with different tones for parts of songs that I'm writing. I'm trying to write less, guitar-centric songs. I want to induce the keyboard first, come up with a good melody, come up with a good chord structure, and then use the guitar as like elements, something that's like, and you'll hear that in my song Born to Fear, which I will post on Spotify shortly here. I just want to put it into like a production version soon. But oops. It's just really like, it's just crazy that, I mean, this has been out for a long time, but I really love Axfex, where you can just have any tone that you want, any amp, any version, or any like year version of an amp, and just and completely match that sound without actually buying the hardware. What I'm using here is a Devin Townsend IR, or Devin Townsend preset. He's one of my favorite artists, and you can hear in like this tone, there's a lot of atmospheric delay, kind of reverb. If I don't make the strings buzz with my fingers. So what do you think I should play while this thing launches? Should I have fun with it? Oh, I need to increase my bitrate. Whoops. Let's fix this again. Let's do 2400 kilobytes per second. Okay. Oops, wrong screen. I mean, I also have some really good leads. Hopefully it isn't too loud. This is like a really good, like... Live? Don't tell me SpaceX is live. They've been live this whole time. I'm just playing guitar. Alright, we got 4 minutes for this launch. And it's happening. So what should I play? What should I, You guys are not commenting. Nobody is on here, but that's okay. Hopefully we can pick up some slack soon. I know this was a slow start, but, I'm having fun. This is awesome. Let's play like a, let's do like a Spectrum sound. How about that? Because the first song we started on this stream was Spectrum. There you go. That's a fun one. All right, cool. All right, guys, we are gonna go live here, so I'm really excited to do this with you. We're gonna witness this, and yeah, this is definitely Slick 40. Is anyone gonna comment and, you know, hit me up? Any questions? Wow, it is snowing like crazy right now.
Stage 1 locks load is closed down.
Alright, locks closed down. Looks like venting is kind of finished, fully loaded. We've got 2 minutes here. And I missed the whole presentation. Because I'm a fool. I'm a space fool. What did he say here?
We still have a ways to go from tweets to 4K cat videos, but we are on our way. Our goal is to start offering service in the
I already know what they were talking about, though. Kinda. Not really. I mean, there's a couple things I could talk about before they start here. At T-minus 19 hours 3 minutes, Falcon 9 rolled out to the pad, so 19 hours ago. It's been upright. T-minus 2 days, Starlink 1 launched live updates and discussion thread went live on Reddit, which I read up on quite a lot. And 7 days ago, they did the static fire. Not a couple days ago. A week ago, they have to do the static fire to get everything, get all the paperwork out.
Stage 2 locks load is closed down.
This is sick.
Vehicles on internal
I
power.
like that camera angle too. I've never really seen it at this angle. That looks really close. Let's go full screen. What do we have on this scene right here? Let's see. Again, check out my Twitter and my Instagram. Instagram is _Mars meditation _ and Twitter is @Mars meditation. I'm, you know, fairly active, but not so much. It just depends on the engagement that I get. About 1 minute here. Strong back will retract a little bit. It already did. And then once it goes up, it'll retract about 15 degrees.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
This looks awesome. Holy look at the soot on that booster. I don't know. I wonder what they did on that white part right there. This part right here. I wonder if that's just natural or if they had to like actually refurbish that. Perfect.
LD is go for launch.
It's go for launch. Space Meme Review 2 is coming soon. I know it's silly. I know it's stupid, but it's a lot of fun to do. Check out Reddit page or subreddit r/SpaceX Master Race. It's a hilarious meme stream. Meme stream? Yeah. I mainly get my memes from there, and we're gonna be doing a lot of these meme reviews because they're just great. Because they just really highlight the awesomeness of the space race.
5, 4,
and the competition. Here we go.
2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff. With gratitude to our veterans today and
go
always.
baby, go baby.
USA.
Already pitching. Oh my gosh, this is the heaviest payload. Please work. 4-3 flight. Insane. The clouds, yeah, I knew it was going to be a little bit foggy today. I saw when I was in Florida, man. It's up so quick. Oh, man.
We are T+55 seconds into launch, and we've had a on-time liftoff and a beautiful view of the Falcon 9 vehicle making its way to orbit. We are coming up in about 10 seconds here on max Q. That is the maximum aerodynamic pressure that the vehicle will see during ascent. We should be able to hear that call out.
You see the plume start to expand because the atmosphere is lightening up a bit.
And there's that call out for max Q.
I love seeing this.
Coming up next is a rapid succession of events, starting off with main engine cutoff, or what we call MECO, followed immediately by stage separation. That's the separation of the first stage from the second stage. And then seconds after will be the lighting of our second stage engine, which we call second engine startup, or SES-1. That is coming up here in about 45 seconds.
And back engine chill.
We've got a great view this morning with some pretty clear blue skies, the Earth in the background.
Yeah, you guys ever seen this in fast forward? This plume expand really quick? It's crazy because it goes from like really bright and really like narrow
If you're
to
just
like
now joining
wider,
us, we are
darker,
30
wider,
seconds
darker,
away
wider,
from
and then
main
it's just
engine cutoff, stage separation, and SES-1. What you see on your screen, you should be able to see the stages separate.
Here we go. Here's that
10
Merlin back.
seconds here.
Oh my gosh, it made it. It made it through the atmosphere a fourth time. This is crazy. Look, you can even see the soot inside of it. Is that soot inside of the inner stage?
Stage separation confirmed.
Wow. Beautiful. Every time. Give me a beautiful shot.
There, as you saw on your left
Ring
screen, we
comes
had
off. It's
Miko
just a
and
natural-
stage separation.
Is that
On your
just the
right
ring?
screen, we
Just
should see
protection
that
ring that
second
comes off?
engine startup.
Yeah. Wow. Pretty.
And there's that second stage engine glowing bright red.
And we need
Coming up
fairings.
next in about 30 seconds is fairing deployment. Now a reminder, this fairing is being flown for a second time, which is a first in SpaceX history. What you can see on your screen, on the left screen, those grid fins have been deployed.
I thought they reused fairings on that first Starlink launch. Look at them in there. There they go.
And there is our fairing
Separation
deployment.
confirmed.
This is
Go
the
get 'em, Miss Tree.
first
Miss Chief,
reflight
Mr.
of
Chief.
our
Miss Chief.
fairings. So such an exciting mission this morning already.
And if you guys didn't catch it, Miss Tree and Miss Chief is mystery and mischief, I think. It makes sense in my mind why they would name it like that. Mischief. Mischief.
As the second stage continues to orbit with those 60 Starlink satellites on top, stage 1 is making its way home
All right,
for the
a lot of
fourth time.
A lot of flat
Now,
earthers are
stage
gonna
1
be
is
like,
going
hey,
to execute 2 burns
UFO
before
or
hopefully it's
Earth
standing there
spy,
on our
whatever.
drone ship. The first one
What you're
is going to
seeing
be the entry burn, which occurs at about T
is
plus
ice
6 minutes and
build up
23 seconds, so a
off the
little
side
over
of the
2 minutes
booster.
from now.
Those are
That's
not
where we're going to
UFOs.
relight 3 of those
Debris in
Merlin
space.
engines and slow the vehicle down such that
And no.
it can safely re-enter the atmosphere.
And no, the
From
ice,
there, the booster will coast for just under a minute.
the ice
and a
doesn't
half,
melt by the
and then
sunlight in
execute
space.
what is called the landing burn.
cold.
That is where we're going to reignite a single engine, that E9 engine, right in the middle of the
Look
booster.
at that thing go, man.
Slowing the vehicle down to 0 velocity, hopefully standing right there up on the drone ship.
Yeah, Leo's not hard,
Meanwhile,
but like,
stage 2 continues to
this-
fly nominally. We're
this
hearing
is a
that
heavy
impact
payload.
D power is nominal. Continues at full power. Stage 2 pressures, the tank pressures are nominal as well.
First and second stage are on a nominal trajectory.
Sweet. This is awesome, guys. Thanks for joining me. This is sick. Nothing's damaged so far, obviously.
Just over a minute away from that entry burn. Meanwhile, stage 1. Stage 1 continues to make its way down.
This just makes the launch so much more fun.
That impact engine is powering that second stage of those satellites.
Let's
which
go.
are giving 50,000 pounds of thrust.
Look, if the stream from Mystery or Mischief goes out because of shaking, I don't believe it. We should be able to see the fairing with no latency land on the net. This is beautiful. You know, it's
Okay,
cool
we're
that they're doing
coming
that
up
in the
about
morning
20
too.
seconds on that entry
'Cause
burn.
so
You
many
should be able to
people
see
were
that
like-
on the left side of your screen.
The first Starlink launch, they were like,
Meanwhile, stage 2 continues to burn nominally.
they were like, we can see all the Starlinks
Stage 1
online.
FTS
It's so
is safe.
bright. Now it's daytime for most people. Well, I guess it's nighttime for half of the world, but once they deploy this,
Stage 1 entry burn.
you know, they
As
lift
you
up
see
the
that entry burn
Starlinks,
is
so
begun.
all that light pollution goes away, or star pollution, we should call
Should
it.
go for another
We
5
should call it
seconds
light
or so.
pollution, because they're very reflective. That's very much true. But
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
As
You guys want to
just heard, we've
comment
had a
if there's
successful
2 people
shutdown
on
of that
here?
entry
Just say
burn.
hi. Just say hi.
So for about another
Don't be
minute and a
afraid.
half, stage 1 is going to coast, making its way down.
Look
to
at
the
that thing
drone
go.
ship. And
Damn,
then
First and
T+.
it
second
comes back to
stage
Earth
continue to
so
follow a nominal trajectory.
damn quick. It just makes me nervous, like for Starship to be coming down.
then just under a
belly
minute, that
flop
landing
that
burn
quick
should
to
start.
Earth. It's just. I know it's gonna be a reality soon, but it freaks me out. Being a passenger. I mean, could you imagine? Let's see this landing burn, dude. Let's see this thing land a 4th time.
Stage 1 transonic.
Excuse my French, but holy shit. Holy shit. Let's go. $20,000 kilometers an hour.
Everything continues to be nominal on stage 2.
Looks great. I'm probably being annoying at this point.
And in just under 10 seconds, that landing burn should start. Hopefully we'll get some nice on-vehicle video.
Need my coffee.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Let me know in the comments.
We
Landing
don't
burn.
have that video
If
just
you guys
yet,
want
but that
space
landing
meme,
burn has
space meme review too,
started.
because I'm working on
Second
it.
stage is entered terminal
You're getting it
guidance.
no matter what. It's fun.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy.
Landing legs deploy.
Looks like we're not going to get video on the way down. Oh, but we have the drone ship.
Oh!
And wow, the Falcon has landed for the 4th time.
First two up,
Amazing.
yes, it's up.
These boosters are designed to be used 10 times. Let's turn it around for a 5th, guys.
Damn.
Wow. 4th landing. That is super cool.
Dude,
So stage
The camera
2,
didn't
I
cut out.
believe, we have had Seco 1.
What's that?
We're going to enter our
that's the-
coast phase.
that's the
So
tank.
before we do that, we're going to take a quick break. Sorry, it's
Sloshing
very
around.
exciting over here. And, as we leave,
at
we're
this
going to
shit.
have an animation that shows you where we are in the coast phase. But we're going to be back here at T plus
Coasting.
44 minutes.
in the end, both the first and
All
second
right,
stage
we'll be
end up
back at T
coasting.
plus 44 minutes for a
Coasting in the
second
ocean
stage
and coasting in
relight,
space.
followed up by payload deploy. So come on back.
I'm coming back. Ooh. Let's deploy this payload and see if they caught some fairings. Holy crap. I mean, that was a I'm going back to watch that. I can't believe that we didn't get a camera cut out there.
Oh, but we have the drone ship. And wow.
Dude, that is so sick.
Looks like we're not going to get
I can't get over
But
this.
we have the drone ship. And
Perfect.
wow. The
Literally
Falcon has
perfect every
landed
time.
for the 4th.
Wow, that's amazing. So when I was in Florida, I saw when I was in Florida, I saw 2 boosters landing at LZ1 and LZ2, and the 3rd booster landed in the ocean. But I'm talking about the Falcon Heavy at Arabsat. We saw that thing. We saw those 2 boosters land, and it was impressive. And it's just something that's like, I mean, just as an American individual, a dreamer, not an innovator, but someone who wants to be an innovator, someone who wants to inspire the world. Seeing that, getting pictures of it, and then you'll see on my channel, I actually have my first-person view of those boosters landing, the whole launch. I mean, I caught it all. I put it in fast forward because it is pretty quick, but you see it soar up, it's gone. You see kind of the separation cloud, and then the boosters are just little tiny sticks in the sky, and you can't see them at all until you see the entry burn. You see 2 little lights, and then they're like, the 2 little lights kind of fade, and then you don't see anything anymore. And then next thing you know, you're looking like, you're like, oh my gosh, like, where are they? You're like freaking out, but you can see them on your phone because you're live streaming it too. It's so funny when you're watching a rocket launch, especially SpaceX rocket launch, you're like live streaming it too. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, like very close to the ground, they light those engines, and it just completely reverses its velocity and just does its suicide burn and lands. And it's to see 2 of them happen at once and to hear the sound of it, the 6 sonic booms. The 6, I'm doing 3, but you hear 6, but it's like in a sequence of like dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun for 2 boosters. Literally like goosebumps everywhere around my body. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm really thankful that I got to go to Florida and check that out. I'm definitely willing to take some trips when it comes to go down to Texas, check out Starship, maybe Mark II. I'm not sure if I can make it by Mark 1 because they're building so quickly, just in terms of travel costs and everything. But Mark II for sure. Oh, that's Florida, so maybe Mark III in Texas. Yeah, that'd be Mark III. So I mean, hella, that'd be sick to check out. And then also Crew Dragon. I probably won't be able to make it to the in-flight abort. Here comes my connection. No, it's better now. And more launches to come. It's so much better to see it in person, but live streaming's fine too. Live streaming's just okay. I want people to start checking this out. It'd be really sick. I want to make some music after this too. Kind of have to get to work today. Happy Monday, everybody. This is a great way to start the week, you know. 60 Starlink satellites going into orbit, providing broadband internet throughout the world. Well, slightly. I mean, this is just the start. We're going to see these every 2 weeks. This is going to be like a routine thing for SpaceX. So enjoy, I guess. I mean, that's nuts, guys. I mean, Tim Dodd mentioned this, but every day in Florida, not every day, but if you're a tourist in Cocoa Beach, Florida, within a 2-week period, you're bound to see a rocket launch and land. Most likely on a drone ship, but you're bound to see a rocket. I don't know if they'd land back on Earth with these heavy payloads, but or on land, I should say. But you're bound to see that, and I think that's exciting for people and exciting for the community, the space community, to have just constant activity going on, because we're not seeing a lot of that lately. I mean, this has been a pretty dry period of no launches from today to we had a resupply mission a couple weeks ago, or last week. We had Rocket Lab, which I didn't live stream and I apologize about. But for SpaceX, I mean, they've just been focusing on Dragon, getting the Super Dracos fired 700 plus times, testing the Mk3 parachutes, and building Starship. All these other launches are just paperwork and approvals, and but obviously the company's capable, and that's the most important part. So we're in a coast phase. I wonder when they're gonna shoot. I have to take crap. I probably can't see the deployment. I'm gonna probably have to end this early, guys. I apologize, but my kid has to go to school. She's been crying all morning, but she's been really quiet up there. I'm actually really happy about that. She's getting some Monday morning breakfast. We're gonna take her to school, and you know, maybe I'll do a video following up on this live stream here. Yeah, they gotta do that second burn, and then they have to deploy, so it'll take some time. I have to leave here in like 10, maybe like, I have to leave here in like 5 minutes. But it's okay. But again, like, welcome to Mars Meditation Studios. Move my camera around here. I have my preamp there on the left next to my pyramid clock thingy. My piano, working on MIDI. Obviously, I have pretty sick setup here. I wish I could show you my PC. I'll kind of showcase that later, but it's a beast. I just built it, and it's awesome. My X-Effects too, and I will start, you know, maybe just doing like live guitar streams. Why not? That'd be a lot of fun too. Just like streaming the tones that I make, or stream like while I'm writing a song. I'm sure you guys would be really interested in like how that process works, and I'm happy to show you. it'd also be really cool to obviously continue with my meme reviews. Check them out, please. Comment, rate me if you want. I rate by F9s. I don't know why, because I'm just a dork, but I rate memes you know, something out of 10 F9s. So you'll see that on the screen. It'll be like brrr. And you know, just I'll work on better graphics and there's better like overall presence. I think it's important for a channel like this, especially because it's, you know, very space themed. But you guys, I mean, these memes are epic, and they're a lot of fun to. I don't know, like sometimes they bag on other companies that are doing really hard work to achieve their goals, and they're funded and they're within their realm to, you know, to make their projects happen. But it seems as if these memes are very SpaceX centric, and they, you know, they kind of hit me at the heart really close, because we should laugh about things more and not be so serious about competition. I mean, I think this space race that we're kind of in right now is something a little different. It's not so much of like it's definitely not split by country. It's an internal US space race. Back to the moon, back to Mars, learning about refueling in space. I mean, there's just so many things that we need to like get going on now. And we've kind of been wasting 40 years just screwing around. Not screwing around, but you know what I mean. Like stuff like this is gonna make the world a better place. Worldwide broadband internet. I want to be in an airplane and use Starlink to text my friends. How cool would that be? Or like watch YouTube or whatever. Or like in the ocean on a cruise ship. Like it's kind of nice to have a break from your phone, but like to have that connection and to have that so quick around the world, I can't imagine like how beneficial that will be for humanity. Obviously the polls won't be getting coverage because there's nobody up there, but this is going to cover the whole world, and they do have some competition as well. CubeSat and something else, and Jeff Bezos's project, but we'll see that when New Glenn comes out. How about that? SpaceX already got started, so good luck. And there's probably going to be some regulations soon on how many satellites we can have in LEO, but as we've probably seen, or most of you have seen, there's a lot of debris in space right now, and it's accounted for, but there's no, I mean, we can't clean it up. But Elon did mention that these Starlink satellites can potentially clean up space debris. How is that? I forgot what he said about that. That was interesting. So I took my kid to daycare. Of course, I have to do parental things in between a launch. I can't just watch launches all the time and not be a parent at the same time. You have to balance these things. So I'm back. Thank you for tuning out and tuning back in. We are going to watch payload separation. It's the last little benchmark of this mission. Looks like it's on the other side of the world. It's gonna be a pretty view too at nighttime. This is gonna be nice. Yeah, so on my last stream, I made it. I had some audio difficulties. My Axe-Fx was too loud. You couldn't hear my microphone that well, so those are just some mental notes for next stream. But video feed went well and audio feed went okay. And obviously the most important part is the launch, and the launch went great. We're at a speed of 26,771 kilometers per hour, soaring through space. And here we're back. Sweet.
Starlink satellites.
Let's check this
Now,
out.
after deployment, the satellites will appear to be kind of clumped together, but that's totally normal. As you can probably imagine, 60 separate separation systems is
Can't do that either.
super inefficient. It adds mass, it adds complexity, and therefore it adds cost. Instead, we deploy them all at once, allowing them to slowly
She's so
disperse from
pretty.
one another, and to do so without the use of complex
She is.
mechanisms. They might even bump into one another, which, if that happens, is
And
totally
smart.
okay. The satellites were designed with this possibility in mind.
Hey guys, say hi. Check out, you know,
All right, we
give me a
lost the
comment.
video
Say hi.
just
Let me know
there,
who's here.
but let's listen in and see if we have any word on the deployment.
Let's see it. And this deploys like a stack of cards. It's literally just like
Starlink tension rod release confirmed.
tension rod release.
And as you just heard, we have confirmation that the tension rods have been released.
Let's see these guys go out.
Let's see if we can get some video of that. That would be really awesome. There we go.
Ooh. In Twilight.
Now, as they make their way off, next they'll start to slowly drift apart and then deploy their singular solar array pointed at the sun and charging their batteries.
Beautiful.
And over the course of the coming weeks, the satellites will use their onboard ion propulsion systems to raise their orbit to 550 kilometers, align into their orbital planes, and properly space themselves out to providing internet coverage on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, that brings us to the end of our webcast for today. So to recap, we had a successful fourth launch of
Nice.
a booster and a successful landing of that same booster. We reflew a fairing successfully for the first time.
Yep.
Both of those things are pretty cool, but also cool, you just saw we deployed 60 more Starlink satellites.
Did they
This
catch
takes
the
us one
fairing?
step closer to being able to offer Starlink internet service to customers across the globe, including people in rural and hard-to-reach places who have struggled for access to high-speed internet.
Thank you to the 45th Space Wing for range safety, the FAA for licensing today's launch, as well as the FCC for licensing our first operational Starlink satellites. We'd like to thank all of our viewers for tuning in, and again, our deepest gratitude to all of our veterans, both here at SpaceX and across the country.
Nice.
Follow our website and social media platforms for updates on our next missions and milestones. And until next time, I hope you all have a great morning just like we did.
Yeah, still no confirmation on the fairings, right? I'm gonna have to look this up really quick just to make sure. Because if they catch both fairings, this is gonna be a good day. All right. Of course, I get Tesla recommendations, Blue Origin, Joe Scott, which is one of my favorite YouTubers, Joe Scott, and some Voyager updates. Nice. It's gonna be a good day to watch YouTube, I guess. Cool. That is a lot of fun. Let's see if they caught the fairings here before I go. I really want to make sure. Nice. I'm gonna retweet. We got 60 more Starlink satellites up there, man. This is awesome. And under it was like twilight. It was so perfect. It looked like an eclipse. Like it was literally behind the eclipse of Earth. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. Those look different. Are they? Huh, that's interesting. Those are some different looking satellites, and they're so small. They use ion thrusters, solar panels, high broadband antennas. They look kind of rectangular. Is that just one satellite like that? Or are they more square? All right, I'll just comment. Congrats, SpaceX team. Nobody will like it. Nobody will see it. Nobody cares. Apparently. 60 separate separations live. Super intricate. Best. Good job, Tim Dodd. Saying a lot of cool things. Wow, I mean, that was a really pretty launch, though. Landing came through just fine. It's been a long time since the SpaceX launch, so amazing. Now I'm just waiting for Elon to post these fairings getting caught, which we have heard nothing from. Huh. Please. Does anybody know? Can anyone comment and let me know if the fairings were caught? Beautiful morning for a launch, though. Crazy. And some of the video footage the SpaceX releases with these fairing separations is so pretty. Like this one right here. This video right here blows my mind. Where you can see second stage roaring away, and then the fairings just you can see them kind of bending because they're made of carbon fiber, and aluminum, I think. It's just really cool watching them fall back to Earth, especially from like the inside out, looking at the camera from the inside out, and seeing the what do you call it? The burn, just kind of like on the boat side of the fairing, just the earth burn kind of coming out and like making those cool streams of gaseous whatever. If you guys are experiencing buffering, let me know in the comments. I think I should be fine, but YouTube's obviously getting they're getting backed up. I guess I'm not gonna find out. Oh, did my mouse? It lasted so long. Yeah, my mouse just died. No, it didn't. It's just about to die. It's gonna get really spotty. What a beautiful launch, man. Let me get like a charger from my mouse here. Charger. Where's my charger? When you have endless cables, you're just looking for a micro USB. You fail miserably. Let's see. Fun. Oh yeah, that ought to do the trick. A little backup mouse. So I'm gonna take these videos down, shred them up a little bit, and then post them back up again. It's a really good content, but I'm learning a lot about live streaming here. I've only done like 3, so yeah, I want to see if I can fix the audio levels for you guys, and kind of just maybe post some of the highlights of this stream, because the first 7 minutes were my microphone cutting out, which is totally fun. But yeah, I'll cut this up and see if we can get like a good video out of it. So I had to put a lot of work into this, obviously. One more time, please check out my Instagram page. It's at _Mars Meditation _ created my own little page for that, stopped using my personal page, and my Twitter is at Mars Meditation, and I'm on there quite a lot, actually, mainly commenting on anything with hashtag SpaceX or Starhopper or Starship, or anything that Elon Musk is kind of attributed to. I'm most likely on there commenting, so come say hi. Don't be mean. Twitter is definitely a battlefield, but my whole thing is just to spread, happiness and joy and find a common interest between a lot of people and find a community of people who actually care about this stuff. So that's kind of my goal with Twitter, not really to correct anyone or to discredit another company or, you know, competitors of SpaceX or really anything. I mean, my whole thing is just to spread the joy of really exciting launches like this and find people with common interests and talk to them about some things. And obviously I'm here to learn and I want to learn more. So find me on Twitter, tweet me some questions. I'd love to answer them as best as I can. I'm most likely the person to tweet questions. So check that out. We have no confirmation of any. Look at the stuff I follow here. Like, I get nothing but 3 videos of deployment. I wish we could see more of the deployment, perhaps a steerable payload camera. Well, Scott, you should know that adds complexity and mass and cost. Be careful what you wish for. I'm kidding. No, it's true. I mean, the last time they separated, we really saw them like really go out. But maybe it was like, yeah, I don't know what happened here. Yeah, you should be able to gimbal a camera pretty easily, right? Maybe like 15, 20 degrees each way. Should be enough. I mean, it looks like they're going 7 degrees up, something like that. So, you can only get so much perfection in space, because once you're up there, you have no humans except for on the ISS to help you out. It's all robotics and automation. So, definitely hard. Pretty cool stuff happening with Starship as well, if you care to know. Switch to SpaceX here. So Starship just got its upper canards installed like a week ago, as well as the aerodynamic flaps. I noticed on Starship that at the very top of the nose cone, there's like these 3 rods that people were kind of confused about. Like, what are these rods? What do they do? So when Elon had his presentation, the upper canards were just kind of attached, right? There was no aerodynamic flaps or anything like that on it. So what they're working on now are the flaps that'll, you know, completely hide all of the hardware and protect the hardware from reheating on those upper canards. And those 3 bars that you see at the very top, right at the top of the nose cone, let's see if I can find some pictures. Maria Pointer is usually the best at this. And you can follow her at Boca Chica Maria 1. So yeah, you can see here that you know, you can see like the empty, like the negative space right here. They ended the aerodynamic stripping at the, like, right at the top. So they're working on that right now. And a lot of people were questioning, like, what is that? What do they do with it? What are we looking at here? Oh, okay. Sometimes, like, it's just so, like, so much stainless steel, you just get really confused. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, so here's what we're looking at. They are working on the aerodynamic surfaces on this side, as well as the aerodynamic surfaces from the tip of this to the top of the nose cone, because they need full aerodynamic flow, and they can't have this, I guess, in the way, or causing any, like, aerodynamic inefficiencies. So they're working on that right now, and I'm predicting that those 3 rods we're seeing are just attachment points for those certain aerodynamic flaps, or what do you call them, raceways? Yeah, I think you call them raceways. Oh, you're not even looking at what I'm looking at. Okay. So yeah, so we have this part right here. making aerodynamic inefficiencies, and they're working on all of the raceways for this. Looking kind of weird. I think there's a picture of it right now that I can probably show. But look at that thing stand up. It's just crazy. It's just nuts. I can't wait for this thing to do its static fire. We have its feet holder things. Let's see here. Now I'm like, at this point, I'm like stalking Maria's page, which is always fun, I guess. Okay, so we're going down to like bulkhead attachment. Okay. But you get what I mean. There's a lot of progress happening here. They have the lower canard, or the flap wing on, they have one of them on, of two, on the booster side. Once they get the second one on, they are going to, we haven't verified if there's three Raptors on it or not, but they should be able to do their static fire, or at least their wet dress rehearsals, which is really exciting. And we're going to be seeing that static fire, as well as attachment of the upper half, integration of electronics and plumbing and COPV, the header tanks. And we're also seeing them put on the composite overwrap pressure vessels, not on, but inside of it, as well as the cold gas thrusters. It looks like they're doing 3 per angle. So like per angle, there's gonna be 3 thrusters, boom, 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 this way for like roll. And I think for pitch and yaw, I don't really know what they're thinking of. I heard some things about hot gas thrusters for a ship of that size, to make it go from belly flop to vertical angle to land with 3 Raptors on its feet. So we have a long way to go, obviously, but seeing progress like this, so rampant, is really exciting to me. And maybe I can make it to watch it in person, but most likely MK3 I'll see, or 4. Really depends on what state it's in. I mean, I'd love to go see it in Florida too. I think that rocket's going to look sick. I mean, they're already doing the rings manufactured by the mill, so they're not actually slapped on by pieces of rectangles. They're just perfect stainless steel rings, welded, seamed in the middle, and that's gonna look really good and shiny. And hopefully that one is a bit stronger, and they have all the data to back up from MK1 to launch this thing and land it back at LC-39A. I think if Starship explodes at LC-39A, I mean, with less fuel in it, I really don't know how much damage it'll do to the launch pad, but it could do a lot of damage. So it'd be really cool to see the development of that in the future as well, like the approvals and regulations that NASA gives them for. I mean, can they really land a rocket at the same launch pad? I mean, I know that's SpaceX's goal, but I don't understand why they don't just go land at LZ 1 and 2, because there's not a lot of infrastructure there to destroy. Yeah, that's like, I have no idea. And they obviously can't. I mean, I don't think they can land it out in the ocean unless they use a cruise ship or something, because yeah, Ocelot and just read the instructions, that they're only like 100 yards across each, whereas Starship's 30 meters wide and really tall, and it would look like on that landing pad on the drone ships, it would just look like it would essentially look like a coffee mug on a small, what am I trying to say? I'm really bad at comparing these things. Yeah, I'm like looking around trying to like compare it. So imagine a at the pond, you lay a book down, and that book floats. And then on top of that book, you put a really heavy aluminum or stainless steel sphere. What am I trying to say? I don't know. It won't work because it's top heavy, and it won't work because it's heavy, and the boat won't be able to support that weight. So they could land Starship on, I think, a cruise ship type boat, or maybe like an aircraft carrier type boat if it's wide enough. I mean, that's what Blue Origin's kind of looking at doing too, is landing on a really big, like, huge, like, shipping container ship. But we don't even know how that's gonna work. So, I mean, obviously, I think the goal here is to launch out, 20 miles out of away from land in the ocean on a floating launch pad, or maybe like a launch pad that resembles kind of like a BP, like oil rig type thing, where it's like it stands, but it's really far out there. It'd be really interesting to see that, because at that point they really can practice launching from out in the ocean 20 miles away. The sound will not damage any windows or nearby citizens, and then they can focus on boost backs to or at least for the boosters, they'll focus on a boost back to land at the launch site. I just don't know how much delta V that would take. So yeah, that'd be really interesting. I mean, a lot of development to see. We just saw Starhopper go up 150 meters. I mean, that gave me goosebumps in and of itself. And to see Starship go, I mean, this tall beast go up 250 kilometers or 200 kilometers. Wait, 20 kilometers? I am not in my head today. 20 kilometers. And do its belly flop back down to land. I mean, it's so risky. It freaks me out. But it's that risk that excites us as space enthusiasts, to have a company stack up a ship of this size in 6 to 8 months and then just throw it in the air and belly flop it down just to get that data, right? Because it's not so much a successful mission is a successful mission, but a failed mission gives you a lot of data. And they're going to use that data for MK 2 through 5 or 6. I really don't know. I think they'll go to MK 6, Mark 6, up until they build the booster. The booster will probably come around MK 7. I think that'll be appropriate. And the booster is going to be its own. Well, no, I mean, from my perspective, the booster is going to be very close to the Falcon 9 booster with its grid fins and with its gimbaling, stationary landing legs. They don't deploy. They'll just be like 6 stationary landing legs. I guess the only concern with that is the amount of Raptor engines that it's going to take to lift it. Shit, I mean, that's gonna be so loud and so fun to watch. I wonder how old I'll be once the booster goes. Super Heavy, sorry. Once Super Heavy goes, I'm probably gonna be like 30. You think 5 years? I think 5 years. I'm 25. So I'll be 30 by the time I see the booster, but look, I'm going to be 25, and we're going to see MK1 go up this month. Or, yeah, this month. Or December. Most likely December, because Elon time is really generous to us. So I wonder, let's just check one more time, see if there's any news on... Yeah, no news on the fairings. But we will get news from that soon, and most likely a video. So for now, there is an hour and a half of streaming from me. I've been Mars Meditation. Real name is Bradley, and I'm happy to stream these things. This was a lot of fun. So breathe, be happy, be excited for spreading the human consciousness to other planets, being the first person to breathe on Mars, breathe Martian air and meditate on that air. That's something that kind of really excites me, kind of being the first person to go there and realize that we've spread our consciousness out further than our boundaries. And once that day comes, I think all of the issues in the world will slowly fade away because we have far greater things to focus on in our cosmos.